So, welcome back. We're here today, and we're going to actually do a full one-round mock draft. I haven't done this yet, completely by myself. I've only done this with other people or a computer. Drafting Zach Wilson, #1 overall. We're not going to talk about it, but we'll just go over basic picks. I will also make trades happen, which I think is going to be a good idea because I see some trades still happening in the first round. But anyway, let's hop to it. So, we're going to start this. Easy first picks, easy first few picks. This is what I think should happen. It's not based on anything else but opinion, based on their needs. And yeah, so all the talk is #1, Trevor Lawrence. If you don't select Trevor Lawrence, you're an idiot. Like, you have one job. Urban Meyer, you have one job. You have one job. So, Trevor Lawrence, #1. Zach Wilson is probably going to be #2. Everybody's in love with Zach Wilson. I'm in love with Zach Wilson. I hope he's the best quarterback in this draft. He's my boy. So, Zach Wilson will probably go #2 here. I really still, like, if you were watched the other mock draft with Ape, Mac Jones is not the truth, my guys. You don't trade all that far up, this far up, for Mac Jones. No one was talking about Mac Jones until they moved up to this spot. I'm serious. Like, you can go back to other mock drafts. Before they were here and talking about Mac Jones was not the truth. They moved up here. They're gonna select Justin Fields if they are smart. When draft day comes in a few weeks, what is it? 11 days from now. And you, Kyle Shanahan, and the 49ers, John Lynch, you have one easy job. Do not take Mac Jones. Everyone's like, look at the quarterbacks he's worked with. Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan. Okay, Matt Ryan, great weapons. You guys, not great weapons. Kirk Cousins, mediocre quarterback. Great mediocre quarterback. Above average quarterback, sure. We'll say that. You want an exceptional quarterback at 3. You don't want Kirk Cousins. You don't want Mac Jones. So, with all due respect, do not take Trey Lance. Do not take Trey Lance. Justin Fields has been a star forever now. And if they take Justin Fields, like that, this is what I'm going to do, I believe the Falcons should take Kyle Pitts. They should. But the Falcons are now in a rebuilding stage, it looks like. You have Matt Ryan, and I hate to say that because, like, you still have great weapons. But this is a point where you got to move back. You don't need to take Kyle Pitts. You don't need it. What you need is to focus on a rebuild. You have Matt Ryan signed to long term. If you want to draft a future quarterback, draft it next year. Don't draft it this year. So, we're going to conduct a trade. It's not going to be the Lions. We're going to go with the Patriots. Before I sneeze. They're going to offer 15, round 1 next year. Whew. Thank you. 15, round 1 next year. And we'll give them a second round next year as well. Actually, no. We'll give them the 46th. It's a lot. But if you believe that you have a quarterback as we're drafting, which I think that you should, right about here. So you're going to offer them this trade. It's going to go through. The Patriots, I have them selecting Trey Lance. You have Cam Newton, another big boy quarterback. You couldn't take Mac Jones. I'm not saying that's the wrong option. I just think that Trey Lance would be their better option right here. Alright, Trey Lance. You have pretty much a prototypical second Cam 2.0 with a bigger arm. Take Trey Lance. Develop him. You have Cam for a year. Let him sit behind Cam for a year. This will be good. Alright. Everyone's talking about Ja'Marr Chase possibly being the move here. It's not a dumb idea. It's not. I don't like the idea of drafting Ja'Marr Chase. I think if you really want to, you can, but because the tackles go a little deeper in this draft, slightly deeper. But if you're smart and you saw, if this is what happened, if Joe Burrow did not get injured, Ja'Marr Chase would probably be the pick here. But Joe Burrow got injured. He needs protection. Everyone's seen, a lot of people have seen the meme of him running around literally like a chicken with his head cut off. So take Penei Sewell, call it a day. Alright, as a Dolphins guy, I'm not selecting Ja'Marr Chase here. I'm sorry. Kyle Pitts is on the board. We're taking Kyle Pitts. We're from the Patriot system. They used to run dual tight ends. I love that. Kyle Pitts isn't really even just a regular tight end either. You have one, like, he's not the best tight end in this draft. He is the best receiver in this draft. He is the size of Megatron, but faster. It's insane. And he's a tight end. You want to build the run game. And, you know, this is only a one-round mock draft, so sorry, but, yeah, so aside from that, they're going to select, you should select Kyle Pitts. You're going to select a running back later. I'd say with that 36th pick, you select a running back. But right now, Kyle Pitts is my move. With that, you have the Lions. They need to give Jared Goff some help. Best player on the board, Ja'Marr Chase. There you go. Alright, this is going to be an interesting one. It's not that interesting, but it's interesting. So, I don't have them taking a receiver right here. I have them taking receiver later. The Panthers are taking receiver later. What they need to take is good, solid. I wouldn't say corner. They're not going to take a corner. If Kyle Pitts ended up going this far, let's say, like, for example, this is how it happens, verse 5. 6, they take Ja'Marr Chase. 7, they already have TJ Hawkinson, so they take, like, Jalen Waddle. With that, you're going to take Kyle Pitts. But, no, I didn't have Kyle Pitts go that far, so sorry. What you should do, get some help for your boy. Draft Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater's gone. Sorry. If this is the way this ends up going, I don't have them taking another receiver. I don't have them taking a tackle. I have them taking a quarterback. You're taking Mac Jones at 9. Boom. All the top 5 quarterbacks off the board within the first 10 picks. You need to challenge Drew Lock. Drew Lock is clearly not the best person to be at the helm for your team. You can trade him later. You can do a lot of things with Drew Lock later. He's not the worst quarterback. People argue the whole, hey, he needs more protection, and I agree, but he's not your long-term answer either. At least give him some challenge. You will have 2 above-average young quarterbacks in your team. You're going to be able to trade one of them if one of them doesn't pan out. So, with all due respect to Drew Lock, this is going to be a challenging year. Your make-it-break-it year was last year, and you broke it. So, sorry. All right, Cowboys. This is a pretty easy pick. You see Devontae Smith. You see Jalen Waddle. Sorry, no. Do not take either of those. I see them taking Surtain here. I personally like Like I personally like J.C. Horn better, but you have who is it? Diggs on the outside. Hook him up with his old boy. There you go. Boom. Patrick Surtain. This is a tough one for me because I would go receiver here, but no, not going receiver here. You need to defend Mac Jones a little bit longer. He'll have his weapon and Saquon Barkley back. You gave him Galladay. You gave him the weapons to succeed. This is that point where you either look at you could take Micah Parsons here. Because I don't see him slipping too far back, but like, so this is tough for me. Like, if this is the way it is, like, I like Micah Parsons. Like, he's a talent. I want to give him protection too, though. But that would be a little early for the protection. I think, Micah Parsons is the move. You guys need some help everywhere, but defense is not looking too good. And it wouldn't hurt, like, the defenses, like, besides the Washington football team, the defenses in this aren't that good. You need to increase your defensive stock. So Micah Parsons it is. Between Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle, that's a tough one. I like both of them. Devontae Smith is a smaller guy, slot guy. I think would do well with Alshon. They have their speed threat. I don't know how I feel about that. And Jalen Reagor, I don't think he's that good. I think they took the wrong receiver, sadly. Justin Jefferson, RIP. You should have took Justin Jefferson. I don't know why you wouldn't take Justin Jefferson. But I feel like they'll do something stupid like that again. Anyway, with that being said, we'll go with Devontae Smith on this one. Get a good route runner in the slot. You have your speed threat in Jalen Reagor. You still have Alshon Jeffrey. Take Devontae Smith. Better route runner. All right. With this pick, this is a tough one for me. Like, it's honestly not that tough, but it's still kind of tough for me. Jalen Waddle's on the board. You gotta take Jalen Waddle. I'm sorry, that's all that I can say about that. Like, take Jalen Waddle. With that being said, you have Christian Darrisaw. You didn't really you lost what, Riley Reef, Vikings. So yeah, could take the best lineman on the board, Christian Darrisaw. Give Kirk a little bit more time to throw to your amazing receivers. I didn't really talk about the Jalen Waddle pick. Jalen Waddle, easy pick. You have a lot of good receivers. Jalen Guyton is pretty good, but you have a pretty great talent in Jalen Waddle. Alabama receivers, dude, they're nasty in the NFL. The quarterbacks, not so much. I love my boy Tua, but, you know, they don't usually pan out as well. They just haven't. But you have Keenan Allen, 1. You have Mike Williams, 2. You lost Hunter Henry, so you kind of need a weapon to replace that. And I'm not saying, like, get a tight end. Don't take Pat Freiermuth right now. Too early. But you have Jalen Waddle on the board. Like, get that slot guy. Oof, that would be dirty. This is an easy pick for me as well for the Falcons. J.C. Horn. Secure that other side. A.J. Terrell's good. J.C. Horn, great. My favorite cornerback in this draft. I love Patrick Surtain too, but J.C. Horn's my favorite. He's went against the Alabama receivers, got kind of smoked a couple times, but he went against NFL caliber receivers. Patrick Surtain had them on his team. With that being said, ooh, Christian Barmore's still there. I like the idea of taking Barmore here for the Cardinals. You have J.J. Watt now. You have Chandler Jones. Now secure that inside. Have a nasty Bears type front seven if you can. And take Christian Barmore. This one is a fairly easy pick for me as well. I did it in yesterday's mock draft with Ape. I'm going to take Elijah Vera Tucker. You got rid of Gabe Jackson. You sent him to the Seahawks. Good job for the Seahawks, though. Like, they need all the offensive line help they can get. But with that being said, you got to replace that Raiders. Like, you have to. I know they're probably going to be look at like JOK, fucking Owusu Karamoa. They're going to be like, wow, what a great talent. And they're probably going to look at taking him. But personally, what you should do is take that offensive line help. You already took away some offensive line help from Derek Carr. Give it back. You need it. Like, I get it. It was gonna be like a huge payday, but man, you have an ability to replace it. He's not gonna last that far into the if he lasts through the first round. He's not gonna last that far enough to reach the 17th pick of the second round. So I haven't taken Vera Tucker again. Let's see. So this is a toughie. I like JOK going to the Dolphins, but I don't have him going to the Dolphins anymore. Like, it looks good, don't get me wrong. If he's there, like, I'm sure it'll be really tempting to not take him. I also like Trevon Moore going here. Like, it would make so much sense to take another safety. They need some safety help. But with that being said, my mock draft. Probably Kwity Paye. He's the best edge rusher. I like Jason Owa better. I like Jalen Phillips better, personally. I think they'll pan out better. I think they're going to be more exciting to watch. Kwity Paye, in-your-face runner. You got to take him. You got to get that edge rush up. They got Bernard McKinney, which is amazing for them. But then they got rid of Shaq Lawson, I believe it was. So take Kwity Paye right here. All right. They need so much help here. They just do. There's no easy way to put it. They need so much help. The football team, not the Redskins, the football team you see JOK there, man. That's tough. That's really tough. I'm going to have him slide on the board, though, which is completely dumb, if you ask me. I'm pretty sure a team would probably at least want to trade up, but I don't know right now. We're going to stick to this for now. Alright, so we'll have Rashad Bateman going here, probably around here. They could take Walker a little. I just don't see him going this early. I think this is going to be one of those, like, hey, take one of the best receivers available. Get Ryan Fitzpatrick some help. They got good receivers, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, who is it? I'm blanking on his name right now. I know they got Curtis Samuel there as well. I'm blanking on their top receiver, and that's embarrassing. Number 17 on the football team. I should know this by now. But, amazing receiver. Add more receiver help. You could also take Trayvon Morg here. I also like that pick. He's a big boy safety, and they could use safety help. But their defense isn't the problem. Their offense is the problem. So we're taking Rashad Bateman. And with that, I will have Elijah Moore going probably around here as well. It makes sense to me to take a receiver after you just lost Anthony Miller. You already don't have the best offense. Your defense stands up pretty well, both these teams. So take another good slot guy. Elijah Moore would be the pick here. The Colts could use a wide receiver as well. This could be a good wide receiver slide portion too. But with the edge rushers still on the board, no. I like Tevin Jenkins going here as well, but Walker Little has the higher grade right now. Terrible 2019 season looks like. Between him, I really like Tevin Jenkins so much more. The Colts need a Tevin Jenkins type, but he's a right side guy, so that would be tough to take him early there. Rondale Moore could be a pick here. I don't see that happening yet, though. With Trevon Moore still on the board and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, like, this is a tough one because, like, you have Owusu-Koramoah right here. Would you take him because he's there? My personal opinion is yes. Yes, you do. You should. I'm trying to think of their safeties. Emily Cooker. They drafted a cornerback last year, I believe it was. Was Rocky Sin last year? I think so. They should probably take. Yeah, we'll give him an edge rusher. We'll give him Jason Nola. Dude's impressive. Really fast off the edge. Really fast in general. 4.3, man. Ooh, that's a big boy coming at you. Let's see. I can see Walker Little going here too, though. This is another place. Like, this is tough. But you have Greg Newsome on the board. Take Greg Newsome. Get some more corner help. They have very little. Actually, this is a tough one. I'm taking Caleb Farley. I like Caleb Farley more than Greg Newsome. Sorry. Caleb Farley is a dog, and all his medical stuff just checked out, so why wouldn't you take him? And with that, I'm going to have Jalen Phillips going to the Jets. Reminds me a lot of the Bosa brothers in general. And I know Robert Saleh is more of a defensive-minded coach. You need to get something like that. For me, it's really hard because it's like between that safety and Greg Newsome right here. Like, they could easily take Greg Newsome, and I'd be fine with that pick as well. But Jalen Phillips matches that scheme for me more for the Jets, so we're going to take Jalen Phillips. Alright, this should be a harder pick for me. Actually, no. For me, they're taking a running back here. They should. Travis Etienne, not my personal favorite. I think Najee Harris will be better, but I think Travis Etienne is more of what they want. They don't need another big bruising back. Like, Benny Snell's still like a power back, if you will. But get Travis Etienne, get some help. This is easy. We're going to do the same pick as yesterday because he's still there. Trevon Moore, easy pick for me. Get that safety help. Rebuild that. Again, same easy pick as yesterday for me. There you should take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I'm going to give the same explanation for Owusu-Koramoah. The reason you're going to take JOK is you need to find something to contain Lamar. They're the biggest threat in your division. And that's saying a lot because there's two other threats in your division. You got the Steelers and you got the Ravens. So, like, you got to be able to stop both. Especially if I see them draft ETN. You need more linebacker help, my guys. You have a great edge. You have a great defensive front, regardless of what you believe. But Owusu-Koramoah, like, get something a little bit in that middle range. You have young cornerbacks, young safeties. That's an easy pick for me. Ravens fans. Abe, Nick, especially, as you learned yesterday, skipping on the wide receivers was not the move. So we're going to get you Terrace Marshall. He's not going to last that much further. Like, if he wouldn't last past the first round, you guys should learn from last draft. Like, dude, Justin Jefferson became a goat. Like, literally amazing. Terrace Marshall has that same ability. You need another receiver. Sammy Watkins and Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown should be in the slot. Put Terrace Marshall out wide. Boom. You have yourself a great receiving core now. Like, take it from good, make it great. Your defense could probably use an edge rusher, but I'm sure you'll find one later in the draft. So, it's not like it's the craziest thing in the world. I don't care if you think they're going to take Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is older. Like, give Lamar something long lasting. All right, let's see. So, wide receiver, linebacker, and cornerback. That's what the Saints say they need. Kadarius Toney could go here. I'm not going to send him here. Rondale Moore could go here. I'm not going to send him here. Greg Newsome's on the board. Take Greg Newsome. And with that, as much as people want them to take a wide receiver here, I have them take Asante Samuel. Cornerback should come off the board hot. Edge rusher, probably here instead of interior lineman. I don't like Azeez Ojulari as much as other people do. One of the biggest risers. No, like, good speed rusher, sure, but man, you got Gregory Rousseau. Gregory Rousseau's a dog. Like, he's been a dog. We're probably going to go with Azeez Ojulari. It makes more sense to me. Don't at me. But, no, seriously. Like, you have, what's his name? Ed Oliver. Like, pushing up the middle. Get some nice speed edge rushers. Give them a little, like, make them move in the pocket. Make that pocket move. You did not have any pressure. Like, there was just no pressure on Patrick Mahomes. That's why they lost. That was the difference between the Bills and the Buccaneers. Buccaneers front seven, monsters. The Bills front seven, mediocre. They have a good cornerback. Trey White's good, but holy cow! Like, if you get an edge rusher to kind of seal that deal, you might have something going. My favorite tackle, third. I think I said yesterday. Like I said, third on my tackles and overall tackles for this draft, Tevin Jenkins. They need to defend Patrick Mahomes. This guy's a monster. He can move. He can move teams. That's exactly what you need. And then with the last pick, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a trade down scenario. Almost certain. They have their whole team back. It's like never happens where a Super Bowl team brings back every single starter. That just never happens. So, who do I think would trade to this spot? Looking at who's left on the board. I think someone would want to move up for Gregory Rousseau. Who do I think would want to trade to this spot? Let me look through these teams. You know, the Falcons wanted to move in to the spot. I could see that happening with Gregory Rousseau still on the board, especially. That's what someone would. I'm almost 100% sure it's between that, Ron Elmore, I guess. Walker Little's good, but he's not like great. And I have him getting taken early, day 2. So I think someone's gonna move up to try to take Gregory Rousseau. I think because they moved back, I think they can move back in with the draft capital they received. So that's what I'm gonna do, just for this mock draft, for the sake of this one. So the Atlanta Falcons, have them try to move into here. They got that pick from New England. I say they give the 35th pick. No. Yes. 35th pick. And we'll give them another round 2. If they actually really want them, round 1. I'll use New England's pick. That way they still have 46th pick. So they really don't lose any real picks, but they move up with the draft capital again they received. They could do this right here, but I feel like this would make more sense realistically, or this would make sense realistically. Give them a future pick that makes sense to them. You never know what Tom Brady's future is going to be, so I think this pick makes more sense to me. So for that 32nd pick, and we'll do that. Trade not accepted. Really? I'm not going to force the trade. We'll say that. Boom. What? All right. This will be the move then. Fine. Dude, are you serious? I'm gonna force the trade. Stupid. Shouldn't have to do that. It would make sense. It's a 32nd pick, and I already know who I'm targeting. Gregory Rousseau. They already got good cornerback help, is what we gave them early on with J.C. Horn. Give them a good edge rusher as well. This will make them a little bit more of a threat in the South. There you go. They don't like Kyle Pitts going to the Dolphins. I think that's stupid. That should be an A+. Whatever. Pro Football Focus. You're dumb. You think that Jamar Chase is dumb. You think Rashawn Slater going to the Panthers is dumb. See? This is why I don't fuck with them. They need to protect Darnold. I'll explain everything. Or anything that's not at least an A-, I'm going to explain. So, start with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts makes sense. Again, I'll explain this every time. Dual tight end set. They like to run. They like to run play actions. Having Kyle Pitts is having the most versatile weapon you can possibly ask for. So take Kyle Pitts. There's no reason you wouldn't. Jamar Chase, cool, but I get it. You want Kyle Pitts to somehow fall to the fucking Panthers. Kyle Pitts should be taken most likely 4th overall by the Falcons, but we'll see. Okay, Rashawn Slater. you got to get more protection for Sam Darnold if that's who your starting quarterback's going to be. He was struggling in the Jets because he didn't have protection. They got him, Mekhi Becton, last year, and that was like the best pick they could have possibly asked for. But now go get Rashawn Slater. Give this man some more protection. You have the weapons. Robbie Anderson. Ooh, Christian McCaffrey. Ooh, like, seriously, DJ Moore, awesome. They can get another receiver later. They don't need to worry about getting it right then and there. Let's see. Patrick Surtain. They really didn't like that pick. Dude, they need cornerback help. It made sense. It does make sense. Good chemistry with another fellow cornerback already on that team. Easy. Micah Parsons. Dude, it's the Giants. The Giants need any help they can get. I think getting him a receiver, congrats. Like, what are you trying to do? Prove, like, no. If anything, get defensive help. Your defense wasn't the best defense at all. So, you're on a very terrible division offensively. The real contenders is a healthy Dak and the Cowboys. So, what you want to do is take Micah Parsons. He's athletic. Twofold. He's athletic. You have the Cowboys in your division. You want to be able to take on the Cowboys with whatever. He can help shut down Ezekiel Elliott, and that's exactly what you need. And then you're a good linebacker to contain Jalen Hurts. Micah Parsons is the best linebacker in this draft. You like a D+ for taking one of the best defenders in this draft. It is absurd. So, anyway, moving down. All right, A's. Okay, Joe Sanoa. All right. I guess you can argue there's cornerbacks on the board. I like Owa better. And yeah, Owa's going to be a fast-paced guy off the edge. You have a great linebacker in Darius Leonard. So taking a speed guy, kind of pressure other quarterbacks, not a bad thing. Jalen Phillips. This was an easy pick for me as well. Dude, it's Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh wants a good guy off the edge. Look at Nick Bosa. I mean, just look at Nick Bosa, man. Like, dude's a monster. I personally like Jalen Phillips, though. He's a monster. He is a monster within himself. Very athletic, very long, very lengthy. He is everything you're going to want in an edge rusher. If Jason Owa's on the board, take Jalen Phillips. You could argue Gregory Rousseau was a better pick. I personally think that Jalen Phillips is the pick. Travis Etienne. Dude, you guys got rid of James Conner. He's now a Cardinal. Take a good running back. Travis Etienne, a do-it-all kind of guy. I guess you can argue like Najee Harris or Javonte Williams. No. For me, Travis Etienne is a better fit. He can do everything. Help open that up. You need a guy who can kind of do it all. Najee Harris can do it all. Travis Etienne can do it all. It's pretty close. I would take either of those. Scrolling down. Okay, they like the Gregory Rousseau pick. Yeah, 4th trade. Yeah, no work. No, really. Like, there's no reason they wouldn't accept this. 3 picks later, and another first next year. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, anyway. I think this is a good mock draft. I like it. I think it seems realistic. The Patriots moving up is probably the most unrealistic thing about this, but you never know. Billy Belichick decided he was going to spend a lot on the draft, or on free agency, so you can never put it past him. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this. It was great. Good, solid, 1-round mock draft. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see what happens on the 29th. I'll probably do another one. I'll look into this stuff a little bit more. get a little bit more precisely what other teams are actually thinking versus what I think they should do. So, like, again, I said, this is what I think they should do, but we can do what I think they will do. Like, I guess there's a difference. My opinion versus stuff I'm reading of every single news source I can possibly find. It's what I do in my free time. Pretty lame. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching again, and